grow old. Age shall not wait him, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember him.
We will remember him.
There will be now 1 minute's silence. When you go home, tell them the Lord and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today.
Sunday bearers, to your duties, dismissed. Seats.
Let me say good morning to everyone here today. I'd first like to offer my condolence on behalf of the leadership and the congregation here to the family, the McDonald family and friends, and just to let you know that we continue in prayer for you during your time of grief. We're very happy that we can have the opportunity today to be a part of the homegoing service today. But before I go any further, I'd just like to assist in making those of you who are standing a little bit more comfortable. We have got some seats up here, so I'm going to ask those of you who are on the flank over there, if you just come down the stairs and come in. You'll be given some direction once you get to the bottom as to how to get here. And those of you who are over there, if you come down the stairs and then turn right and then come straight in, we have some seats that you can have. There are also some empty seats on this side and a few there still, so I think everybody should be able to be seated in just a moment. Today is a rather special day when we come together to honor and celebrate the gallantry of one of our citizens. He served where a lot of us would not have served and could not have served. A true soldier and a perpetual picture of bravery from our community. The day will never come when his family, fellow soldiers, servicemen and women, members of the community, will ever cease being proud of him because of the offering that he had made to this country, his community, our community, and who he was. It was my Angela who said, "A great soul never dies. A great soul serves everyone all the time. It brings us together again and again. A great soul never dies." The program is set. And there are those of you who would want to play a part, but you won't get the chance. So let me give you the opportunity now. There is what we call the thank you salute. Just take your right hand and put it on your heart. And this is all of us saying thank you to Mr. Lyrell McDonald. What a character. Somebody who raised the countenance wherever he was of the environment. Someone who made a difference wherever he was. And certainly to be thanked not just by our community, but our nation. God bless you. I'm going to invite Bishop Dr. Webley. I'm going to invite Reverend Herman James, a friend of Lee, and someone who Lee will always refer to as his cousin. Let her feel welcome, please.
Praise God, Heavenly Father, Lord of hosts, we thank you today. We're gathered here to reflect, to reminisce, to remember, to celebrate. We celebrate the goodness of someone who has passed from us. And we thank you for the comfort that you bring to those who mourn. Today, Lord, time will take a long time for us to come to terms with the passing of someone so precious to us. But we thank you because you stand with us. The Bible shows us that your grace is sufficient for us. So in this our time of grief, in the family's time of loss and bereavement, we thank you because your grace is sufficient for them. So we pray that your protecting hand will rest over them, guiding them through the days ahead, giving them the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge they will need to deal with their loss and their grief. We trust you, Lord, with all our cares. Your word also says we should cast all our cares upon you because you care for us. We thank you because you're a caring friend who stays close to us. So be with us, Lord, as we enter into our tributes and our time of remembrance and in our time of singing, celebrating Lee's life. May we also be aware of our own longevity, because we too will pass this way. So, Heavenly Father, we commend his family, this congregation, his friends, his military colleagues, the ministerial body of people who are here today to celebrate. Lord, we thank you. And we pray that as we celebrate his life, that your comfort will come to our hearts. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So let us say, Our Father, who art in heaven. As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. First, I must offer my sincere condolences to the Holy Family, and to thank you for giving me the honor and privilege to give this personal tribute today. I've already done one in the program on behalf of the Association of Internationals. You know, Lee and I had a few things in common. We share the same birth sign, we were born in the same month. His birthday is 7 days, my birthday is 7 days after his. Before the start speculate about the age, it's not the same year. And I must confess, when I forget to call him on his birthday, he still remembers to call me at night. You know, we love to dance. Anybody that knows me, we love dancing. We love dressing up. We even lived on the same road in Handsworth back in the days. Lee served Queen and country. He was a community champion. He loved his community. And from seeing here today, I know his community loved him back. Lee was very caring. One of his purposes in life was to make people happy. A couple of weeks before Lee's passing, he called me one morning. And I said, Lee, how are you? What are you doing? How are you doing today? You know? What are you up to? His response, it's Monday, and I never leave my house on a Monday. You never know that Monday. And, you know, I said, you know, what's going on? And so he said, oh, I just called to see how you are, you know. And, you know, I was very touched. I said, Lee, that's very nice of you, you know, very much appreciated. We chatted for a while, and before saying goodbye, that I didn't realize that was the last goodbye. Lee's passion was to bring happiness to everyone. Like a clown who wears a happy mask to make the world smile. But no one sees the tears of a clown. If only we could see beneath the mask. I would encourage the family to stay strong. And you know, they say that time heals is not just a cliche. Most of us in this room can tell you that time does heal. And time is a master. Lee was very loved, as you can see. And he'll be sadly missed. And again, on behalf of the community, we'd like to say thank Lee for all the happiness he's brought to all of us. And you know, I have a tribute in the program, so I'll say no more. God bless you all. Bless you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and the usual protocol to our dignitaries. Thank you very much. On behalf of the British and Caribbean Veterans Association, of which Lee was a member for over 20 years, I would like to start by extending our most sincere and deepest condolences to the McDonald family and to Audrey. The passing of Lee was a shock to all of us. Therefore, I can imagine how deeply it's felt by the family. Lee served in the Royal Warwickshire Fusilier for 9 years, between 1965 and 1973, and rose to the rank of a corporal. He known he was based in Germany for some time, which he affectionately talked about. When we were having banter between ourselves, and when I say ourselves, it's the three armed forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Lee always shined, and he always talked about Germany in his highlight of his service career. But he also served in countries as diverse as Borneo, Hong Kong, Canada, and Northern Ireland. He's done his time. Lee was a soldier through and through. The Army has a list of core values: selfishness, commitment, courage, integrity, discipline, and loyalty. Lee never forget those. And in addition to those, Lee also had a principle that he lived up to in Civil Street. Reliability. He asked Lee to do something, he could rely on him, he would do it. He could depend on him, he would do it. Dependability. Trustworthy. Every one of us here have that trust in Lee. And consideration. You've heard what's been said previously, and I only can reiterate those things. And compassion towards others. He was a very compassionate person. He always thinks of others ahead of himself. Lee was a strong supporter and a very good diplomat who encouraged and recruit a number of members for the association. He was a great advocate, and the association is gratefully thankful for all the valuable contribution he's brought to it. And when we have this function, he was the first one to be out there, bringing it to the attention of everyone. Lee Shep started being missed by all, but whilst he's no longer with us, his legacy will forever live on. Thank you.
I know that Mr. Cunningham is not keeping the best of health, so let us remember him in our prayers as we gather today.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all remember the way I and Lee always go around the country on most occasions. Most of the time, we'll be in London, Leeds, Sheffield, Nottingham, Leicester, Manchester, Bristol. We're all over the place. And Lee is one I could rely on to help me perform all the things I was planning. Nowadays, I remember him gratefully for running Royal Ascot for us. It was only the other day, about a week before he died, we were discussing Royal Ascot. Because most of the time nowadays, I'm in Jamaica. But whatever I'm doing, Lee will do it for me. I just want to make the tribute be a little song, and I hope you all can join in with me and sing that little song. If I shall walk in the pathway of duty, if I work till the close of the day, I shall see the great King in his beauty when I've gone the last mile of the way. When I've gone the last mile of the way, I will rest at the close of the day. And I know there are joys that awaits me when I've gone the last mile. If for Christ I proclaim that me, if I see forest gone astray, I am sure he will show me his glory when I've come the last mile. Here that during the rest of we have suffered, tears of sorrow are seen every day. But no sickness, no sorrow, when I've come the last mile of the way. And if in the last mile of the way, I shall give love of my day.
Thank you for helping him and helping us, eh? Unity is indeed strength.
Good morning, Church. We are here to say goodbye to someone special, Lee. You know, when we all get to heaven, what a glorious day that will be. And there's always room at the cross for you, Lee. There is room at the cross for you. There is room at the cross for you. Though millions have gone, there is still room for you. There is room at the cross for you. There is rest beyond the grave. There is rest beyond the grave. Because I know this world could never be our final home. There is rest beyond the grave. Rest in peace, my dear. God bless.
To stand in front of people, but for my uncle Lee, as I call him, sport. I've even got my glasses on, I don't wear glasses normally, but I'm even for today. Just before I start with scripture reading, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming today to support the family, my beautiful cousin Lorna, Lance, Geraldine, Uncle Jimmy, Audrey. Today is a special day, and I just hope and pray that we can all get through it. It's very hard, but we should all get through it. If everyone rallies together and pulls through it. Tributes. Can I just do a quick tribute as well? You know, I need to say a few words to say Uncle. We call him Sport. Everybody knows him as Sport normally. He was a special guy, as everybody's already said today. Very, very special guy. He was, as the young lady over there said, immaculate. Every single time I saw him, he was dressed to impress. Uncle Jimmy is the same, like today, I like the shoes. Lovely shoes. A lovely person. Everybody said the same thing, and it's true. It's true reflection. The community man is all the, and I've never seen such a beautiful ceremony. Beautiful people, all the distinguished guests. I'm just taken back. And I just wanted to pray again for my beautiful cousin Lorna and the family.
So, Laurel McDonald, Lee was born on the 2nd of May, 1945 in Westmoreland, Jamaica. I'll say that again, Westmoreland, Jamaica. And was named Laurel McDonald by his proud mother, Perlina Wright. Lee was fondly known as Dad, Grandad, Lee, Sport, or Mr. Singh. And I'll come back to how we got to the name Mr. Singh. But for now, I'll refer to him as Lee. He came to England around 1962, and he joined the army in 1964 and left in 1973, giving 9 years service to our country. With the HM Forces, he became a corporal in the Royal Warwickshire Fusiliers, and he served in the British Army with the 2nd Royal Fusiliers and was commended for his service in Northern Ireland from 1971 to 1972. Lee joined the Birmingham branch of Royal Warwickshire Regiment in 2004 to keep in contact with other veterans he served with in the Fusiliers. When he left the army, he had a few welding jobs until the 1980s when he decided he wanted to become a business owner. And and he opened up an off-licence on the corner of Bacchus Road and Park Road. Lee got a taste for the business world and started to seek a few ventures, one being a jewellery store, which unfortunately didn't take off. Finally, had a great passion for clothes, as we all can see, and would always be seen dressed top to toe in coordinated garments without a stitch out of place. His passion for clothes and his newfound business venture in the fashion industry gave him his new nickname, Mr. Singh. In the early days, Lee met Geraldine Allen, and they had their first child, Lorna McDonald, on the 13th of March 1964. She was born a proud soldier's daughter. He instantly became a devoted father, and Lorna would spend a lot of her school holidays with Gran, known as Miss Pearl to many, and her dad. He later met Jean and had 2 more children, 2 boys, Alistair and Adrian. Lorna, Alistair and Adrian gave Lee 6 beautiful grandchildren: Geraldine, Lance, Cameron, James, Cyrus and Elisa. His oldest grandchild, Geraldine, gave him 2 great-grandchildren, Lamar, and if you meet Lamar, he's actually the twin of Lee, so if you get a chance to say hello to him, do, and Raheem. Sadly, Lee's mother died in 1996, and it was a very sad time for him, just trying to find energy to cope with this loss. After her burial, Lee never left her side, and he would always be tending to her grave regularly with fresh flowers. So now, let me tell you a little bit about Laurel, aka Lee, aka Sports, aka Mr. Singh. Just a little synopsis into his funny, kind character. Lee would celebrate his birthday for the whole month of May. So no one had any excuse that they would miss his birthday. That is a true story. Lee loved whiskey. He would say, "Don't waste your money on expensive whiskey, famous grouse will do." That was his signature drink, and he never drank out of a plastic cup. Always a glass, and of course, champagne. Champagne being his other signature drink, he was a very, very classy man. Big people music, and a dance floor with a drink in his hand, he would be happy as Larry. He was one of the sharpest dressed men in Handsworth, come rain or shine. He had a suit on, never jeans or shorts. Not even on holidays. And most of the time he had his umbrella with him. And the song, I think it's khaki suit and tin, but I put it 3-piece suit and tin. That was definitely made in honour of Lee. He loved his dad, aka Uncle Jimmy, and made sure he was always okay. Any events like parties, celebrations or funerals, they were always together, sharing jokes between friends with a few sleeves of whiskey. He would call his dad every day and check on him. He would also stay at his dad's house a few days to keep him company. They were more than father and son, they were best friends. Lee knew everybody, and most local business such as Miss Knight, who sold the yard food and fish, Mrs. Adlam, the hair salon, and Mr. Foster from the barber shop, just to name a few. FCF, now known as Reminisce, was his place to meet friends. However, Lee was known in most clubs, pubs in most cities, and he really did party. He would organise boat trips, dances, balls, charity events to raise money for different causes. One was the British Legion, where he sold poppies, pins, badges, relentlessly selling all his stock. Anne Jones from the Royal Warwickshire Fellowship states, Lee was more than anything. He was honest, faithful, generous, and a community volunteer. Lee knew a guy that passed away once, and his generosity, he collected money and collected enough money to raise money to have a funeral for this person who didn't have any money for the family. He was simply one of the kindest people on the planet. Guys who needed suits for whatever reason, Lee sorted them out. He met Audrey at a party, and he had finally found someone who liked to party like him. They had a long-lasting relationship and were together for many years. Auntie Doxy was also another lady in his life. He looked after her at a care home, and she was like a mother to him. When she got very ill, he never turned his back on her once, and he would visit her home daily with her favourite soup. Roger, Vera, Mars John, Wally, Wendell, and Lee Allen, to name a few from his life, with beautiful memories shared with Lee. He would recall them as the good times. Amy Sally recalls Lee mentioning her wedding day to Roger Allen. He would tell Avis and Elvis, sorry Auntie. He would tell Avis, your wedding day, the Wailers played for you. Before Bob Marley joined them, of course. But yes, the Wailers. What a treasured memory and something Lee talked about and loved to talk about a lot. Lee loved dominoes and cricket. So it was FCF for dominoes and Handsworth Park for cricket. And that was his routine. I could go on and on with great stories about Lee. But you all have your story and your great memories to treasure dearly. Just sit there, have a think about how you truly knew Lee, and I guarantee you that you will smile and you will feel blessed. Lee was a big family man. He loved the family and what it stood for. And would never miss a birthday or Christmas. Always sharing gifts. He loved watching the grandchildren opening their presents. Lee McDonald served in the army, then he served the people. He was a veteran with a great heart. It was a tragic day for us all when we heard the news that one of our most loved men, Lee McDonald, had passed away on the 30th of November 2019. Everything was at a standstill. We all had no words but rest in peace, sweet soul. To close, I will read the poem dedicated from his daughter, Lorna McDonald. Dad, my mind knows that you are gone. My heart will never accept it. You honoured God with your life, you lived, and know you don't regret it. To your country, you gave your best. We thank you for your service. To your family, you're a provider, protector, and the spice of life. We miss you already and know that we will never be the same. I will cry, laugh, and be insanely proud each time I hear your name. You meant so much to so many that the impact of how you lived will be felt with generations. So thank you for what you have given. We refuse to say goodbye, only until we meet again. We hold out hope that one sweet day we'll be reunited in heaven. We salute your life and honour you in memories great and small. Though we will always miss you and what you mean to us all. Thank you. Rest in peace.
Fly free, Laurel.
What a funeral. I didn't do something like this. I don't think you might have been in Jamaica. I've never seen a funeral like this. We're not